Brent would be watching his kids play softball and baseball. He wouldn't be here. And I could just let loose. But Brent Martineau has made a tactical error, ladies and gentlemen. A tactical error with a few more Shock Your Mock episodes to go. Because he has chose to stick around. And in choosing to stick around for Shock Your Mock, you are going to have to tell myself, Kuz pushing the buttons, and the entire ESPN 690 syndicate what each pick, what was going through your head. Okay? So with that being said, I don't got to grill the social media. We know who Brent Martineau is. Lovely picture of his kids. Fantastic dad mode. Love it. Don't need to get there. Okay? By the way, it's at Brent AS Jacks, in case you didn't know. Bring it up, Kuz. Thumbs are up.
Should be some music with this.
No, there's no music. I'll be honest. I wanted to have fun today, everybody. No, Kuz, no music. Don't give him the music.
No, it's not. It's up.
Don't do what he tells you to do. Okay, this is my thing. Okay, so once again, let me preface by saying this. Brent, you ever seen the movie Stand and Deliver?
Yes, I have actually.
Kuz, you see Stand and Deliver?
No.
Basically, this guy goes
If he hasn't seen Good Will Hunting, he hasn't seen Stand and Deliver.
It's a good call. So in the movie Stand and Deliver, this guy goes to the inner cities and tries to teach these kids, and the whole goal is for them to pass like this state test so they get into a college and they have a better life, basically. Okay, that sums it up in about a second. I feel like the guy in Stand and Deliver, like, how do I reach these kids? And, like, you know, I'm waiting for that great moment where I shock your mock every single day, and Brent's been taking notes. He's been watching. He's been laughing around. He's been sending out T-shirts. And I've been dropping breadcrumbs of here's what I'm looking for in Shock Your Mock. And we're at test day, right? We're at the test day when those kids take that test, they pass it, and they're like, hey, teach, look, you taught me something. I'm going to go be somebody. And there's that happy moment at the end where he walks out of the school, he raises his hand, and it's like, all right, I did it. I reached these kids. This is like that guy went to the school, and the kids took the test, and they all flunked. And it's an absolute travesty. It's an absolute embarrassment. And the movie just ends there, and it turns black. The kids didn't go to college. The kids ran amok in the streets, and who knows what happens. That's what I feel like looking at this mock draft right now. Now, let's get into it. No music, no voices today, no fun, because I sit next to you, every once in a while because you're always on the road, and that's fine. But let's just get into it. Trevor Lawrence, number one. Good. Awesome. You've been to his hometown. You met his mayor who doesn't know the difference between aqua and teal. It is what it is. Pick number 25, Trevon Merrick. Yeah, I mean, I've said him a lot on this show. Thanks for taking note about that. Pick 33.
Oh, whoa. Time out. Kuz, I'm going to interrupt this program, but I need a draft need alert.
Kuz, I can't stress this enough. And I'm going to tell you one more time. Do not do what Brent Martineau tells you to do, okay? I tell you to push the buttons, okay? Respectfully, obviously.
They're hotkeys.
I tell you to push the buttons, and Brent is not going to – Brent can have his own show some other time, and it can be, a little spinoff of Shock Your Mock, and it'll be like a spinoff of a show that has okay ratings, but not as great as the original. Pick number 33, Pat Frymuth. Go ahead and hit the draft need alert because Brent needs the gratification. Right?
Yes, that's 2 in a row. I'm on a streak.
Like Pavlov's dog right now, hearing that bell ring, Brent's mouth starting to salivate a little bit because he thinks he's off to a great start, which he is. But let's be honest. I mean, you didn't really break any news here. Yeah, it kind of fell to you, by the way. Use ProFootballFocus.com, powered by AWS.
Yeah, I already got in your good graces for that.
Yep, Pat Frymuth, fun fact of the day. I'm going to be honest. I didn't do any homework on this one because I was so upset I didn't look him up. But hey, let's go on his Twitter real quick. This is a live Pat Frymuth fun fact of the day. Pat Fry, what did he do today? Oh, hold up. Shout out to Brendan O'Connor of the New England Storm Basketball Youth League. He put up some buckets, and Pat Frymuth retweeted it. There might be some kind of relation. Pat might have some stock in the New England Storm basketball team. I have no idea. I don't know who this kid is, but Pat Frymuth retweeted him. So there you go, Brent. There's your
Red
Pat
Sox
Frymuth.
Still in first place, by the way. And just watched the guy walk by with a Yankees hat on, too, so I had to say that.
Okay, so we're feeling great. We hit some buttons. And now, here's where you come in. And you explain to me, Kuz, the audience, why did we pick Aleem McNeil, 45, interior defensive lineman, North Carolina State. And go.
Because I want some beef on the D line. Urban Meyer says we can't win football games without a good defensive line. Christian Barmore was picked and off the board by 25, or I likely would have gone there. And I like McNeil the more I read about him. I think there's tremendous upside. This was somebody that we were asked about early in the draft process and then has since been forgotten about. I think McNeil has a chance to be a really good player in the NFL, and he could come along at a nice rate with the Jacksonville Jaguars, still make an impact early on here on that defensive front. McNeil, keep an eye on him. If the Jags don't get him, it's going to be a good player in this league. Hit my
hit the
word.
mute button. All right, just mute him. Okay, that was far too much of an explanation, okay? He took that right from Daniel Jeremiah, because I read it this morning, okay? He copied Daniel Jeremiah. Aleem McNeil is 6'2", 330 pounds, and he plays nose tackle. He's not going to play a 3-4 defensive tackle. He's far too short. And once again, quoting the scouts, he has stubby arms. So there's no way you're going to put him as a 3-4 defensive end. So you essentially just drafted a 3-4 nose tackle at pick number 45. Oh, and by the way, last time I checked, we spent some money on Malcolm Brown, who is our starting nose tackle right now. So congratulations. You used the 45th pick on a luxury number 1, on a Taven Bryan luxury number 1, and we used him as a nose tackle, and he's only going to be a nose tackle. The prosecution rests.
Do you think did Tyson Alualu end up here, or did I miss something? Is he's in Pittsburgh?
Did I just say nose tackle and nothing else, Brent?
Carry on.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Not going the way you thought it was going to go, huh? This is why you should have went to the game. You should have exited out early. You had all the opportunity to, and now you're going to sit and listen to your talking to. Pick number 65, Yaman Davis, linebacker, Kentucky. Okay. Didn't use AWS because there's no way he's going to be at pick 65. I hope you knew that, but you probably didn't. But let me go and educate you real quick. I understand. This guy is shooting up draft boards right now. But Brent, I've mentioned this so many times on the show, and you obviously haven't listened to me. Jamin Davis right now ran a 4.3 at his pro day. Has over an 11-inch broad jump. Yada, yada, yada. Long story short, he's a freak of nature. Oh, by the way, a 42-inch vertical. He's jumping over people, Brent. And why do I bring all this up? Well, Brent, first of all, explain to me why you think that Jamin Davis can come to the Jacksonville Jaguars and be a key contributor right away.
Well, there is a little bit of value here over need, without question. But I sat there and talked to Trent Baalke, and I know he values value. I know Urban Meyer is talking about value and learning about value more than the need. And this is a guy that a lot of people believe will be gone by the middle of the second round at worst. And he kept dropping and dropping. And so with that athletic freak kind of ability, and also the curiosity with Joe Schobert, and the ability for Davis to play weak side and middle, I believe this was a very good value pick, but probably and admittedly more toward next year and down the road. But you give a guy a little time to get his feet under him in the NFL.
All right, so now let's talk about down the line, okay? And you brought up some great points. Now let's go ahead and crush those great points, and let's crush those dreams a little bit. You said weak side linebacker. Something happened with Miles Jack? Did something happen with Miles Jack? Did he get stung by some bees? I know he had some beehives. Was this kind of like that movie from My Girl, where the kid was allergic and he didn't know he was allergic, and he got stung by bees and he's in the hospital? Did something happen to Miles Jack? Brent? Is he okay?
I thought you played in the NFL, and you know that not everybody stays healthy for all 17 games now in the NFL. This is a nice little guy. This is a guy that can play two positions if you do have an injury for a few games.
And here's where we got too cocky. Here's where Brent had those wax wings flying a little too close to the sun, a la Icarus. Oh, yeah, I know Icarus. I know my Greek mythology. Shout out to Miss Banal, who was the best Greek mythology teacher I ever had in high school. Nevertheless, Kuz, how many times have I said on the show, you never put the most athletic guy at middle linebacker? You've heard me say it a couple times. We might as well be making T-shirts that I've said it so much. And Brent, here you're going to tell me that Miles Jack didn't get stung by bees. And Miles Jack is still the starting weak side linebacker of your Jacksonville Jaguars. And you're going to tell me, well, we're just going to bring Jamin Davis in as a depth play for Miles Jack. But then we're going to put him in the middle because, well, this guy's good. He's increasing for the future, as Brent says. Did we not just have this problem with Miles Jack a couple years ago? Did I not sit here and say, day in and day out, hey, Todd Wash, why is your most athletic guy playing the middle linebacker spot? Let him run around. Let him be a playmaker. Well, now we just brought in one of the most athletic freaks of the entire 2021 draft class. And you know what we're going to say? We're going to say, hey, man, ride the bench behind Miles Jack because he didn't get stung by bees, or go ahead and play middle linebacker. But you know what? We're gonna taper you out a little bit. We're gonna reel you in. Oh, do you like to run around? Yeah, we're not gonna run around anymore. What you're gonna do is you're gonna call up plays. Oh, I'm sorry. You have a 41-inch vertical. Have fun using that 41-inch vertical when you're calling out plays, because that's your job now. So let's go ahead and taper that athleticism, and we're not gonna worry about that. Linebacker spot, Jamin Davis. Pick 107, and by the way, no need for rebuttal, Brent. We're moving on. Pick 106, Hunter Long. Yeah, it's great. It's a tight end bay alert, or it's a draft need alert, depending what you want to say, if you're a millennial or not. I'm going to give you that one. Value. Yeah, you and Trent had a good one there. I'm not sure how Dave Caldwell feels about you talking to Trent Baalke all of a sudden, because there's probably some bad blood there. But let's not even address that right now. Pick 130, Stone Forsythe. Yeah, fair. The big knock on Stone Forsythe, though, is he lacks a little of the aggressiveness. And here's why I say this. Scouts say the same thing about Stone Forsythe. Great in the pass game, lacking in the run game. 9 times out of 10, when there's a guy that's lacking in the run game, it means he doesn't have that mentality. He doesn't have that mean streak. He doesn't eat gravel for breakfast, as some scouts are going to say. And he's a little more technical. Not a bad thing, but I like my offensive lineman a little more nasty, a little more dirty, if you will, right? Just like Christine Aguilera used to say, want to get dirty. That's how I want my offensive lineman to play. And I'm not sure if Stone Forsythe is that guy. Pick 145, Jonathan Cooper. There's the Ohio State one, right? Yeah, there's the Ohio State one. Brent had to get one
Florida and Ohio State in there.
Brent had to get one of those guys in, right? He goes to Columbus. He meets with the people a little bit. I'm sure some guy told him about Jonathan Cooper at the edge. Not mad at it. Fair once again for value. Pick 170, Chris Evans.
Oh, this is a great pick. This is a great pick.
Couple red flags, though, huh?
Great pick.
Couple red flags for your first year in Urban Meyer. Let's take away the part that he's from Michigan. And we know Urban Meyer feels about guys from Michigan. Wouldn't even put the letter M in his Twitter bio. It was a big X, okay? Doesn't like Michigan guys. But also this guy has a little red flag to him because he's been suspended, because he's been benched, because he's had academic issues. And you're going to bring that guy in now to the team where we have...
What's he going to school in Jacksonville?
Excuse me, what? Huh?
What's he going to grad school or medical school here in Jacksonville?
No, but I'll tell you what, he's coming to the Urban Meyer School of Hard Knocks, okay? He's coming to the Joe Cohen culture philosophy of Hard Knocks, all right? I'm not sure what Darren Bevel brings to the table, but I'm sure it's old school as well. And if you bring those red flags in here, it could be a nightmare. It could be cause for trouble. I'm not sure where Chuba Hubbard went, but you should have taken Chuba Hubbard over Jonathan Cooper or Chris Evans, because I guarantee Chuba Hubbard was there, not using AWS to your best advantage. And then pick 249, last one.
I'm going to stand for the national anthem, so you got to finish this.
What? He's just gonna be honest. I don't see any national anthem playing that. Okay, they're standing up.
Yeah, they're standing.
Okay. Well, this last guy, I'll be honest. 249, Kuz. Can you say his name?
Womp.
Wop Philor. Wop Filer. Wop. That's not a real name. I think Brent's trolling me here. Let me go on, because I'll be honest, everybody, didn't do a lot of homework on this one, because once again, I can't stress this enough. I am so disappointed. And I'm not even mad, right? I'm that parent right now that is so disappointed in what Brent brought to this table, because he took Aleem McNeil at pick 45. Yeah, he picked a wide receiver, fine. Trevor Lawrence, have a day. You got 2 tight ends, you got a wide receiver. It is what it is. this would be the part where I chew into Brent Martineau some more, but he's using the national anthem as an excuse, which, okay, I'm not going to lie. Good excuse. All right. He timed this up very well. But overall, really a crappy mock draft. One of the worst ones that we've had on the show all season. And wow, I'm still mad. And you know what? I'm still upset about Aleem McNeil because he tried. Brent Martineau tried to go. Get him back here. He's come back. I can see him in the video right now. Brent, you back?
I'm back.
Hey.
I'm back, and I'm disappointed in you that you didn't play the WAP in front of WAP Phillior.
So, you know what, man? I'm still upset that Aleem McNeil went pick 45, and I can't get over this. I'm so upset that you had some...
Upset?
What's up?
Would you have been more upset if I didn't have an interior defensive player at all?
Well, maybe one that can play a defensive end would be fantastic. Yeah.
So you don't want
Sit
them
there in
to
silence.
get a nose tackle. You would rather have them get a guy who can play either both or defensive end.
Brent, how many nose tackles are going to line up in a 3 technique or in a 5 technique and rush the passer?
Maybe 2.
Their names?
One at a time, but maybe 2.
Their names, Brent?
Malcolm Brown,
Okay.
Aleem McNeil.
Okay, man. Well, listen. Oh, by the way, is Watt Filer a real person? Or did you just throw him in there just to make fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he is. In fact, I didn't even do a scouting report on him. I just said,
Sure.
if we get a guy named WAP, I'm all over it. I like it. I kind of did that for the broadcasting end of things.
I got you.
But I'm a
I
little
got you.
disappointed in you guys from a producing standpoint that you didn't play a little WAP.
I mean, I see where you're going with Brent, but let's be honest. We could have played the WAP. If you would have addressed the interior defensive line a little better, if you would have addressed the linebacker spot a little better, and I get it, Yaman Davis, good value there. But once again, playing behind Miles Jack or playing out of position, so not good either way, we would have had a little more fun on this show. But you wanted to be a rebel. You want to be an individual, very millennial-esque of you, and you wanted to go do your own thing. And now here we are. I hope you're happy with yourself. I hope it went better tomorrow.
I get a T-shirt.
Get yourself a T-shirt, okay? Spend how much of yours spend on it and enjoy yourself. If it was me talking to you, I would say cut that T-shirt, but it is what it is because I'm that disappointed in you, Brent. But it is what it is. I just hope that this negative energy does not get brought in tomorrow when you have the 25th pick on the ESPN show. That's all I'm going to say because that pick represents you and me.
Hopefully I'll raise the banner very well tomorrow on ESPN in the morning. Keyshawn, Jay, and Zubin on ESPN 690. Listen to the 25th overall pick and who I decided with no help from Austen Lane.
Never.
All right, because of my Aleem McNeil pick, I'll suspend myself for the final hour of the show.
There
Not
it is.
really, I'm going